What's up, math scholars? It's a foggy Thursday, but the sun is starting to come out. It's a big game, freshman football versus Glen Oak. They can go 7-0 tonight. They can go 6-0 if they win tonight. And the last time they played Glen Oak, it was close, so good luck. On number 1, we are going to start off by distributing the 8a has to multiply by the 6a. That's tricky. That's a tricky multiplication. Do you know what that would give me?
48.
48a squared. And then 8a with a negative 2b would give me negative 16ab. Now, I believe these two are going to be our like terms. If you did not grab a study guide, a lot of people are coming to grab one right now. Grab a study guide, get your calculators out. We got 48a squared and then a negative 13ab. Which one would that be? A. Good job. All right, scholars, we are on number 2. Scrolling. I need your help. What number is going to distribute on number 2?
3.
The 3. Very good. So we're going to take the 3 to there. It'll be a 3y. We'll take the 3 to there. It'll be a negative 21. Now, I was helping a lot of groups yesterday when we were doing our scavenger hunt, mostly like in my 7th period, and people would start moving numbers at this point. And I would tell them, that's okay, but I would prefer you combine all your like terms before you move numbers. So if I would combine these two, do you know what you would get? 4y. Yeah, so once our like terms are combined, then we can start moving numbers to the other side. Who do we want to move next? Yeah. Ooh. I want to move the 21 by adding 21. Everybody's with me right now on number 2? Doing number 2 with me? We'll have 4y equals 32. And then who are we going to move next? The 4 by dividing. So you're showing all this work. Y equals 8h. All right, looks like we're on number 1 again. I know the numbering was all messed up. Sorry about that. This is a big one. What are we going to do first? Any ideas? Kenneth? Oh, that's number 2. Let's do number 1 first. Look up here. What are we going to do up here? Cassian? Kenneth? Yeah. This set of parentheses is not necessary. The 3x and the y and the 27z, they did not need those to be in parentheses. But Kenneth is right. This negative is going to distribute. A negative times a negative would make the 8x a positive. A negative times a positive would make the 2y a negative. And a negative times the z would make that a negative. And now I like using colors to collect my like terms. Let's have my x's be green. Those can combine. What would it give me? Good. How about my y's can be blue? What would those two give me? Negative 3y. And then how about my z's be pink? What would that give me? Yep, good. All right, number 2 here. There's a couple ways you could do this. I know what most kids would do. What do you guys think you're going to do? Brooke? Yeah, that's what most kids would probably think. Let's distribute the 1/2. So let's do that. What is 1/2 times 4x? 2x. What is 1/2 times negative 6? Negative 3. That's probably what 95% of students would do first. We're going to go with it.
Oh, yeah.
The other option would have been multiply both sides by 2 over 1 to clear the fraction, but most people don't do that. All right, what should we do next? Plus 3 on both sides. So we have 2x equals 6. We have all our phones put away in the book bags. Phones are zipped up or they're in the pocket. Divide by 2 on both sides. And 3. All right. Okay, we had the question, I'll put this in the video, of how to make a fraction on this. Let me pull up my calculator. I normally, if I have to do 1/4, I just type 1 divided by 4, but there is an actual fraction button that a lot of my students like to use. It's alpha, F1, number 1. Oh, how do you turn your answer to a fraction? Okay, if you have a decimal like 0.25 and you want it to be a fraction, math, enter, enter. Math, enter, enter. Alright, we're going to take our 1/4 and distribute it. That's 1/4 y. We're going to take our 1/4 and distribute it. It's negative 3/4. And then we have our 7 over here. What do you think we should do next? I'm actually gonna, since the y is on the right, I'm gonna go for getting the numbers on the left, okay? So 7 plus 3/4. 7 plus 3/4. What is it? 7 plus 3/4. Let me see what it is. 7 plus 3/4. Math, enter, enter. It's 31/4. 31/4. Well, I'm okay with decimals if they're not yucky long decimals. If it's like 1.5, I'm okay. But if it's like, what is 31 divided by 4? Oh, okay, I'd be okay with 7.75. Yeah, you just don't want it to be rounded. And then my last step is get rid of the 1/4, so we're going to multiply by the reciprocal of 4 over 1. I believe that answers 31, because the 4's cancel. Alright, I think we're overdue for a round of board buddies. Let's send up some buddies for number 5.
Fine, so then add 6.
Yeah.
Add negative 6.
No, yeah. Okay,
You
so
guys put
look.
a y where there's no y. That's why you're.
So look.
There's a little.
There is no y right here.
Oh,
That's the
oh.
third.
That's a brick.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, I'm going to fix you for
Sorry.
Oh my gosh.
Dude!
Oh my god, Brooke, I'm doing this on you.
No, dude.
All you have to do is write the fine.
No. Equals negative.
You're fine. So at this point,
What
we
is
technically
this?
have a 7y and positive 9
Okay, now it's just bad. Okay, now what do we do?
equals negative 30. What do you got to do next?
So look.
Minus 9.
You got
Wait,
30.
I wasn't missing the point
I
on.
think it's 9.
Oh, I just noticed. Negative 6 and negative 5 is a positive 30.
Oh.
So that will give you the 20. The way you have
No,
it.
you have to add these. That's your point.
All right, well, I'll help you finish.
Right?
You're gonna. You're okay where you're at. So here's where you're
I'm
at.
trying to tell her. She doesn't listen.
You are at y equals negative 6y plus 21. Let's get this over to here. How would you do that?
I take the smaller one, right?
You would move
Oh,
this.
6y.
You're gonna, negative 6 is smaller. You're going to bring it over here because you want the y's on the opposite side of the equal sign. And then, are we really? Okay. All right, we are on record. I'm sorry, we had a student push the record button, so there's a little downtime, but it's okay. Negative 6 times y is negative 6y. Negative 6 times negative 5 is positive 30. At that point, I would have gotten my y's together, but this group decided to move the 9, no problem. 30 minus 9 is 21. Then we moved our 6y over by adding it over, got 7y is 21, and divided by 7 to finish, so it'll be 3. All right, you always want to get your variables on the opposite side as the numbers. Whoa, this one's huge. Let's just do this one together, number 6. They're getting bigger. This distributes to here, 10b. This distributes to here, that would be 5. It's still a negative 8b. This is still a 2. The 2 will distribute and become a 2b, and the 2 will distribute and become a 6. Now, don't start moving things across the equal sign just yet. We do have some like terms we can combine. What is a 10 and a negative 8? 2b. What is a 2 and a 6 going to be? An 8. Oh, geez, this is a cool one. You know what's going to happen? I just figured it out. If we subtract the 2b to join the other side, they're all gone. If all your variables go away, it's either an infinite solution or it's no solution. And 5 does not equal 8, so it's a no solution. All right, 7. We're just going to keep plugging along as the class because I just don't want to run out of time. We'll have 12x. We'll have negative 24. Negative and a negative will be a positive 12x. And a negative and a positive will be a negative 24. I think this is one as well. That's going to be a weird answer. What happens when I go to get my 12 x's together? I messed up somewhere? Oh, I'm sorry. It is positive. I said it verbally wrong, but I wrote it correct, I believe. All my variables go away, and I'm left with a true statement. So the answer is infinite solutions. Infinite solutions are all real numbers for the solutions. All right, 8. Whew, so many negatives. Be very careful, scholars. This is going to be a negative 6. But what's a negative times a negative? A positive 2m. This would be a negative 3. But what's a negative times a negative? A positive 3m. So this is where decisions have to be made. Who are we going to move next? I think I would move the 2m. I heard Ray say 2m. I think I would agree with him. If we move the 2 to join the 3, we're in a good spot because this is just going to be a 1m. You guys are aware that m written like that is the same exact thing as 1m if I put a 1 there? Same thing. And then I only have one more step. What is it? Add that 3. Negative 3 is our answer. They do not give you enough workspace on number 9, FYI, so you just have to kind of jam it on right small, maybe use some of the margins. The measures of 3 sides of a triangle can be represented by x, 3x, and 3x plus 2. I think there was a problem like this on the speed dating day. Remember that, speed dating day? Caspian, how do we do perimeter?
We add them all together.
Yes, so we're going to do x, and then 3x, and then 3x plus 2. And we're going to set it equal to 72. Perimeter means add all the sides together. Okay. So it's really just a simple equation to solve. It didn't end up being nearly as bad as I thought it could have been. 7x plus 2. Yep, Garrett's right. 7x plus 2 equals 72. What are we going to do next? Minus the 2. And what are we going to do last? Divide by 7. Now, unfortunately, most of the time you get x equals 10, you circle it and move on. But they're actually asking, I better stand by the microphone, I'm recording. They are actually asking, what are the lengths of the sides of the triangles? Who has an idea of how we can get that, Caspian? Yeah, so like this side is 10, because it equals x. This side is 3 times 10. And this side is 3 times 10 plus 2. So that's what I would put on my answer blank. If this was a quiz and there was an answer blank, the side lengths are 10, 30, and 32. Those are the side lengths of the triangle. And those are in inches, 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 inches. Okay? The membership fee for joining a camping association is $40. A local campground charges members $40 per night for a campsite, and non-members $60 a night for a campsite. After how many nights is the total cost for members, including the membership fee, equal to the cost of non-members? So I'm going to come up with a members expression and a non-members expression, set them equal, and solve. Who thinks they know what the members expression will look like? Caspian?
40 plus 40x.
Good. 40 plus, oh, I've had some troubles with my plus symbol. 40 plus 40x, where x represents how many nights you're camping. What about our non-member expression? Yeah, 60x, and we're setting them equal. Why don't you guys take a second and solve that one all by yourself? I'll pause and give you some time. Perfect.
Yes, I can.
All right, they're excited. They did it right. So we're subtracting the 40 over. That gives you 20x over there. So divide by 20 after 10 nights. The fee would be the same after camping for 10 nights. The fee would be the same for members and non-members. How'd I get? Oh, I'm sorry, 20.
I get 20.
It's a 2. Wait, did I mess up?
You put 10 instead of 2.
It's 2. Okay, it is 2. I was thinking of the next problem. My brain wasn't functioning. I am so sorry. 40 divided by 20 is 2.
That's right.
Brendan has 74 Matchbox cars. He gives his little brother Owen 18 of them. So what would I do to signify that?
74.
Minus the 18. He wants to split the remaining cars between himself and his 3 neighbor friends.
Yep.
Divide by how many, though? I thought 3, but it's a trick.
4.
Himself and his friends. It was a trick. He wants to know how many he keep for himself, so let's just type that in and get the answer.
I almost got it.
What is 74 minus 18 divided by 4? Now you can type it. 74 minus 18 divided by 4. 14 cars Brendan will get for himself, and each neighbor friend will get 14 cars as well. That was a weird problem. Do you all follow how that works? He gave 18 away, and he split the remaining cars into 4 different equal groups. All right, we are doing good on time. I was panicked we weren't going to finish in time, but we're perfect. Blaine wants to go camping in a cabin this weekend. He contacts one campground, and the price is $100 plus 5 per person. So that's the first campground. The second campground he contacts charges $115 plus 2 per person. How many people would have to stay in the cabin for the 2 campgrounds to have equal price? All right, who can help me with my campground number 1 expression for price? Dylan. You know, let's just use P for person. I like the idea of P. I'm going to use X's. Use P for a change. The second campground, Dylan, what would it be? Alright, I'm going to pause, let you solve this all by yourself. Go. Alright, there's some great mathematical arguments happening in the class. I like when people are arguing about math, means they're using their brains. Let's see. My math teacher advice would be move the smaller p next. If you don't do what I do, you might still get the right answer. But that's my advice. So you got 115. Then you're going to subtract the 100. That's going to be 15. Then you're going to divide by 3. Raise your hand if you got 5 people. Those are the math scholars, ladies and gentlemen. Good job. Hey, thanks for watching the video. I want everybody to get into Polaris so you at least have 12 minutes of starting the homework tonight. It's the 2425 review assignment.
Bye, Math Scholars.
Goodbye, math scholars.